Hello everyone, my name is Ankit Lavade. Today is 28th May 2022 and the topic for the today's video is the thread life cycle, which is the thread states, and this is my first or original video in this topic. Now let us see what is the life cycle of a thread. So before in earlier video we will already see the thread in Java in the multi-threading topic. Now we will see it short. The thread is a lightweight sub-process which is the smallest unit of processing, and it is a separate path of execution. This is the thread. Now we will move towards our topic, that the thread life cycle. So in Java, thread always exists in any of the following state, and the states are the new state, active state, block or waiting state, time waiting state, or terminated state. Now we will see it one by one. So the first state is new. So whenever a new thread is created, it is always in the new state. For a thread in the new state, the code has not run yet and thus has not begun its execution. Then the next is active state. So whenever a thread invokes the start method, it moves from the new state to the active state, and the active state contains two states within it. One is the runnable state and the other is the running state. So the runnable state, a thread that is ready to run is then moved to the runnable state, and the runnable state, in the runnable state, the thread may be running or may be ready to run at any given instant of time. It is the duty of the thread scheduler to provide the thread time to run, that is moving the thread to the running state. Now we will see the running state. So when the thread gets the CPU, it moves from the runnable to the running state. Now we will see the block or waiting state. So whenever a thread is inactive for a span of time, that is not permanently, then either the thread is in the block state or in the waiting state. Let us take an example that a thread, let's say its name is A, may want to print some data from the printer. However, at the same time, the other thread, let's say its name is B, is using the printer to print the some data. Therefore, thread A has to wait for thread B to use the printer. Thus, thread A is in the block state. A thread in the block state, A thread in the block state is unable to perform any execution and thus never consume any cycle of the CPU. Hence, we can say that thread A remains idle until the thread scheduler reactivates thread A, which is the waiting or the block state. Now we will see the next thread, that is the time waiting state. So sometimes waiting for leads to starvation. For example, a thread that its name is A has entered the critical selection of a code and is not willing to leave that critical selection. In such scenario, another thread that is named B has to wait forever, which leads to starvation. And to avoid such scenario, a time waiting state is given to thread B, and thus the thread lies in the waiting state for a specific span of time and not forever. Now we will see the next state, that is terminated state. So a thread reaches the termination state because of the following two reasons. When thread has finished its job, then it exists or terminates normally, or abnormal termination. Now it occurs when some unusual event such as an unhandled exception or segmentation fault. So terminated thread means the thread is no more in the system. In other words, we can say that the thread is dead and there is no way one can active after kill the dead thread. So this is all about the thread life cycle in Java. Thank you.